Nine times out of 10, you like to defer to the second half when you win the coin flip. But when you see FSU point disparity in the first quarter, that sometimes make you think maybe it's best if we get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's a discussion that we'll have. I mean, we look at conditions first, and see if there's weather or wind or any of those things. Obviously, they've been really good. The advantage of being out there on defense, you get the stop, you get better field position usually on your opening possession, and then you gain a possession, coming out in the third quarter. We've been really good at having a momentum play at the end of the second quarter and then having the ball back in the third. So that's the thought behind it. But obviously, it's something you consider in a game like this.
Which was my follow-up question. When you have a chance to maybe score before halftime and then get the kickoff, how much momentum does a team get from that back-to-back possession?
I think it's huge. We call it a twofer, but you have a chance to get two scores back-to-back like that. I think it's a really big deal in a game. There's a lot of momentum going into the half when you can do that, and then if you can start fast in the third, which is something we need to do better. We broke out in a lot of games last year. I mean, we were in the halftime 3-point lead, 7-point lead, and then you look up and you're up by 14, and so those kind of things can help.
How much extra incentive do you feel there is to have Bailey take extra snap behind center Saturday?
Well, we'll just have to see how much he's out there to answer that question.
Anything you see on film that explains FSU's first quarter prowess?
We've talked about it, and I couldn't really give you. They're still playing good football. They're just not executing as well, and the defenses are probably not used to the speed that they play at, and so it's kind of like playing Georgia Tech when Paul Johnson was there. It was similar. You'd see a lot of people catching up as the game went on, but the first quarter they have great skill. They really do, and so you've got to be ready for their speed.
Was there one or two things that you tried to get off of the West Virginia road trip to correct this week that you wanted to really see?
Yeah. Well, I didn't think we had great sideline energy. You go from having 115 teammates to 70, whatever we bring, and 72 this week. Obviously, the crowd's against you, and that's the same on every road trip. But it's just a young team, and there wasn't the calming James Smith-Williams, Nick McLeod. So I had to learn from that. I think we got to educate our guys better about the road, and it was a great experience in a bad way for our guys. They learned a lot from that trip. So not that I'm glad we lost that game, I'm not, but I'm glad we had the opportunity to go on the road before we start conference play and play in a place like that.
I know you don't have any control over the schedule, but is it a little odd that this will be their third ACC game versus your first?
Yeah, it's
Anything
unique.
that sticks out about that?
It's unique. Obviously they opened with Boise as well, so they've had a good schedule. I think next year we open with an ACC game, if I'm not mistaken, on Thursday night. I don't know who it is yet, but so, that's out of my control, as you know. And having the state fair here kind of makes our scheduling unique as well, because we don't play home games for that window. So it pushes people front and backwards on our schedule.